Hello dear students, this is Dr. Archana Oza, your biology faculty. Today we are going to discuss nutrition in plants from a chapter, Life Processes. Before exactly talking about how do the plant derive their nutrition, let us try and understand what is nutrition. So, nutrition is a process of taking nutrients from the food. So let us try and understand what is nutrients. So nutrients are the substances like carbohydrate that we get from the products like wheat, rice and wheat, fats that we get from oily substances and the animal products, proteins that we get from the pulses, water, minerals, vitamins that we get from various fruits and vegetables. So the process by which we take these nutrients from our food is called as nutrition. Nutrition is actually differentiated into two different types depending upon the organisms. So, we have something called as autotrophic nutrition. The organisms when prepares their own food by using simple substances like water and carbon dioxide in the presence of sunlight, we call it as autotrophic nutrition, for which we have an example of green plants. Heterotrophic nutrition is the one wherein the organisms are dependent upon other organisms for their food, like human beings, animals, and fungi. The process by which green plants get their nutrition is called as autotrophic nutrition. We can also call it as photosynthesis. So today we are going to discuss the details of photosynthesis, that is the way by which green plants derive their nutrition. So this is autotrophic nutrition, that is photosynthesis that we see in plants. So the plants utilizes carbon dioxide and water in the presence of sunlight and a green colored pigment called chlorophyll that is present in the leaves. So the leaves are green in color because of the presence of a green colored pigment called chlorophyll that helps in the absorption of sunlight. So the process is understood by a reaction called as 6 carbon dioxide when reacts with 12 H2O in the presence of chlorophyll pigment, and in the presence of sunlight it gives you glucose with the release of 6 oxygen and 6 molecule of water. Okay, so the carbohydrate, that is glucose, which is formed in photosynthesis reaction, is utilized by the plant for getting its energy. And whatever carbohydrate is unused will be stored in the form of starch. And that's why starch is called as the energy reserve in plants. Okay? This entire reaction of photosynthesis occurs in 3 different steps. First step involves the absorption of sunlight by the chlorophyll pigment. Second step involves the splitting of water molecules into hydrogen and oxygen. So the question comes that from where the oxygen comes in the reaction of photosynthesis, your answer by the splitting of H2O. And the final step involves the reduction of carbon dioxide. So the carbon dioxide undergoes reduction reaction to produce glucose, that is carbohydrate. So you have to remember these 3 steps for understanding photosynthesis. Now, this is the cross-section of the leaf that we see under microscope. So you can see the leaf has this upper layer called as upper epidermis and this lower layer called as lower epidermis. In the lower layer, we see a structure which is called as stoma or stomata that are guarded by 2 guard cells. So the opening and closing of stomata is guarded by these 2 guard cells, and stomata helps in exchange of gases in case of plants. You can see over here that the leaf has the presence of a specialized organelle called as chloroplast. This chloroplast is the organelle inside which we find the structure called as chlorophyll. Okay, inside which you find the structure called as chlorophyll, that is a green colored pigment. So this is the chloroplast of the leaf where the photosynthesis will occur because it is the structure that have the presence of chlorophyll. So if I ask you where exactly does the photosynthesis will take place, Your answer will be, it mainly occurs in the leaf, inside the leaf in a structure called as chloroplast. So it is the chloroplast where the photosynthesis is going to occur. And this is how the chloroplast looks like. That has inner membrane, outer membrane, that has a free space called stroma. It has these coins called thylakoid, and togetherly which is called as granum. It is the granum where the photosynthesis is going to occur, because it is the chloroplast that have the presence of chlorophyll. So where will the photosynthesis occur? In a leaf. Where in the leaf? In a structure called as chloroplast. Let us try and understand the difference. So photosynthesis actually is a process that involves 6 carbon dioxide plus 12 H2O in the presence of sunlight, that is photon of light, and chlorophyll. It forms glucose with the release of oxygen and H2O. I hope you have understood the concept of photosynthesis. Thank you.